in the mirror. Man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. I'm making a show talking about toxic and messed up mothers on Mother's Day. Hey, I want to say this. You got to be careful when you tell a woman Happy Mother's Day when you don't know what type of mother they are. Some of these daughters and sons are walking around right now just messed up in the head, trauma bonded, got all kinds of traumas going on right now, and it's all because of their mother. And if you ask some of these children, teenagers, and even full-age adults about some of their traumas, sometimes they will tell you that the traumas that they have, the insecurities they have, the inadequacies they face, they feel that they are inadequate, all because of their relationship with their mothers. And you'll find out that many of these people don't want to have a relationship with their mother, or they just tolerate their mothers. So I'm talking about the bad ones, because sometimes you don't know who's who. You say Happy Mother's Day to everybody, but you don't know what that woman is doing to those children. You don't know. I only say that to people who I believe to actually be good mothers. You get what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So let me go ahead and get into this for you. 1 second as I put it up on the screen. Get ready.
It really breaks my heart how a lot of you moms fuck y'all kids up, and it shows up in so many ways. And again, I'm going to stress empathy and grace. I understand that it wasn't done on purpose, but just because it wasn't done on purpose don't mean you don't need to be held accountable, and don't mean you don't need to help your child heal. What I am saying is that it shows up in different ways. For example, a lot of us who have grown up, been molested, or never felt protected, we always just put our needs on the back burner and made sure everybody else was straight. Our moms inadvertently, not on purpose, but taught us that she don't have our back, but we got to have her back.
Now let me tell you something, that is on purpose, okay? A mother, natural paternal instinct is to protect her child from everything. If a daughter is going, I'm gonna tell you something, and it's sad. It's very sick and sad that some mothers know when their daughters are being touched inappropriately by their boyfriends. Some of them know it. That whole movie with the Precious thing back in the day, where the mother knew that the man was messing with the daughter. That's true. That happens all the time. And sometimes these daughters, they try to tell their mothers and they ignore them because they want to keep the man and want to put the blame on the daughter, saying things like, you must have led him on, or you're just lying on him. So now the daughters feel that they can't go to the one person that they should feel safe with. So now they keep it all bottled up inside, and now they act out in school, they act out in public, they grow up, become adults and get on substances, start drinking heavily, act out in the club, all kind of things, because they have been messed up by the one person that they should be able to trust and confide in, their mother. Okay, let's just keep it a buck, let's keep it a bean, let's keep it one thou wow. It is what it is. Okay, when a woman, a mother, refuses to protect her child, that is always a choice. Okay, now I can't go in enough on these type of women, because it's bad enough that we see these young women parading themselves like harlots out in these streets as it is right now. Okay, what is frightening, not the women that we see today. What is going to be frightening is the children that's going to be raised by the women today that we condemn for their actions today. Those children don't have a chance, man. They don't have a snowball chance in hell unless someone comes in to intervene. Okay, because some of the elders, older people like myself, or people older than me, and I'm almost 50, I'm 47 this year. When we die out and we take our sensibility, our understanding of structure, our experiences of what the world was when there was structure, when there was discipline, when there was more morality, when we go, what do you think these children gonna have? Because these women right now are horrible examples, in my most humble opinion, to children. There are a handful, there are not, but many, the majority, in mass, are acting like plumb fools in front of these children, not teaching them nothing, not teaching them how to cook, clean, how to be a wife or anything, how to be a mother or anything to these children. So yes, it is her fault. Every time she took that sip and neglected you, it was her fault. Every time she snorted and sniffed that line and neglected you, it was her fault. Every time she wrapped that thing around her arm, pulled it tight, and got that needle and stuck it in her arm, that was her fault. Every time she smoked that rock, that was her fault. All these are choices that she made. Don't give me that she's an addict now and we should feel sorry for her because she has an addiction. Before that addiction got there, she made the choice to do those things that led to an addiction. It always go back to that choice. It is her fault. Just like it's her choice to leave rehab when you put her in there. It's her choice to quit rehab after you admit her into there. She makes choices. Yes, it may be that addiction, it may be whatever it is that make her pull out, but never forget that she made the decisions that she made on her own, and she knew better. Majority of the time, these women know better, but still do it. Keep going.
We got to have her back. Our moms didn't show up for us emotionally, but we had to be there for y'all emotionally. And in turn, when we became grown women, we love aggressively because nobody is taking care of us, but we trying to take care of everybody. And then that also teaches us to be good to the people who shit on us, be good to the people who mistreat us. Like, it's so many takeaways and lessons and so many unfortunate adverse effects to when growing up and not being protected. Whether you meant to or not, take accountability. If you know your child was violated, take accountability and help that child heal, and you heal yourself, because it's fucking the Black family up.
I like what she said, because that woman was holding women accountable for what they're doing. And yes, ladies, you are messing up the community with those behaviors. Now I'm going to show you something that's really sad. A woman falls in love with a man, and for whatever reason, the man she moved in, she married or about to marry, that woman also had a son from a different man. Okay, another man, she had a child from a previous relationship, then got with this new man. For whatever reason, the child did not like the new man. Okay, they got into it, and that young man took the life of her new boyfriend. And you know what she said? She did not love her son. She said she wanted that son to get the death penalty because she loved that other man who was not his son more than she did her own flesh and blood. Now I'm going to show it to you. Let's get to it. Hold on.
Of 19-year-old Antonio Hicks, charged with killing Air Force Sergeant Johnny Clyburn last Tuesday, is speaking out. She believes her son was simply jealous of the love she had for the decorated sergeant. Clyburn was engaged to Hicks' mother, and she calls her son a monster, wishing he could be sentenced to death for his heinous crime. 7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig has the story.
It's hard to imagine any mother wishing her own son could get the death penalty, but Nicolena Pace says not many mothers have seen what she has witnessed.
To me, he's a monster. You were smart enough not to shoot yourself like that. You knew exactly what you were doing.
Nicolena Pace is talking about her 19-year-old son, Antonio Hicks, who allegedly shot the man she was so eager to marry, her soulmate, Air Force Sergeant Johnny Clyburn.
How was he your soulmate when you already had a child by another man? Somewhere along the line, something happened, right? And then you hear how she said her son was smart enough not to shoot himself because she wanted him to shoot himself after he shot the man who she fell in love with. So as soon as she got with that man, she loved that man more than she did her own flesh and blood. And this boy was over a teenager. She didn't care. That is a very neglectful. See, a lot of women get these children and want the government to give you money to take care of these kids, but you don't want them kids. You want to keep those kids because they are a paycheck. Now she got another man who's ex-military, so he had a check, or he was military, he had checks coming in. Now you're nothing but collateral damage. You're in the way. You don't like him anymore. You never did like him. Even if your son did something like this right here, she don't even want to hear his side of the story. She just know that the paycheck, the goose that lays the golden egg, has been deleted by her son. Now her life is going to be hard again and harder. So now she don't want to be nowhere near her own son. Come on, man. That's a cold thing to say. Even if your son is in the wrong, you want to see him deceased. You don't want him to just sit his time out, learn from it, or whatever it is. You want him to be gone like the other man, and you get on national television and say that. What that say about you? What kind of love did you have for your son? Because I know women who love their children so much, and you see it on the news, where women Mothers will try to stand up for their sons, even if they have been found out that they are serial killers. They said, well, my baby, it's wrong what they did, but I always love you. I'll still be here. You got to do your time and stuff like that. I hope God with you. I hope you change and stuff. That's still my child. At the end of the day, that's still my baby. You hear stuff like that. But this woman said, I want my child to get the death penalty. Think about that, man. There's something, that's a disconnection there some way. Let's keep going.
I think the devil was in Antonio, and I think he was jealous. I think he was jealous that he had to leave, because he knew he had to leave. We were planning the wedding. We didn't want you here. He knew he had to leave. And John was not going to take care of a grown man that wasn't even trying to help himself.
Nicolina says her fiance was her everything, their love like a fairy tale. And she says all John ever tried to do was help her son, who was never diagnosed with a mental condition. But she and John thought the 19-year-old had some sort of problem. And John tried to help him get on Social Security. But Nicolina says her son never followed through, and he resented that he was going to have to move to Florida to live with his father.
If he does have schizophrenia and mental illness, he gives those people a bad name. I don't even believe he has that. I just think he has the devil in him.
The day after Memorial Day, when Sergeant Clyburn got home from work, he was in the basement cleaning up something Antonio broke.
So John turned around to see what Antonio wants. That's when Antonio shot him.
Nicolina says she started hitting Antonio. He left the basement, but then came back.
What do you think made him come back downstairs?
Because I think he still thought John was alive.
And Nicolina does not waver when she says she wishes her son could get the death penalty.
Like a petition or something where he can get the death penalty and we can make an example out of him. And I would be the first person to put my signature at the top. I don't think he deserves to be here. He knew how in love we were. So why destroy it? It's like he think he walked away with some, look what I took from you. He wanted to do this. I believe it was purposely done. I believe he thought about it. It was probably premeditated.
And to anyone who has ever loved John, Nicolina says she is sorry for what her son has done. On Detroit's
Now check this out, man. Something don't even sound right here. This woman, see what it was, now she got a paycheck. This is my humble opinion, bro. It really is. She got a man that can support everything she want now. She want to throw the kid back to the daddy. I guarantee you she fought to keep the kid before this other man showed up. And I guarantee you that she made the real father pay child support so she can live her life and take money from the man too. Now she got a man that can spend some money on her. I don't want you no more. Go stay with your daddy. That's the vibe I get from her. I don't want, stay over there. Stay over there. I think some of this, I think she capping. I think some of this she lying on. But even if she is or not, the way she professes her love for that man and not for her son is crazy. Then she said, like, we're about to get married. He know he got to go. He got to get the hell out of here. He can't be, we about to get married. He got to get out of here. He ain't gonna, my man ain't gonna take care of no full grown man. She talk about him like he a stranger. So you say that the real baby daddy will take care of a grown man in Florida? It's okay for him to do it, but you can't do it because you got a new man, because you're selfish. That's what this come down to. That's a selfish intent, and I'm telling you, something weird with that woman, man. Well, anyway, live stream today, supposedly at 5:30 Central Standard Time, Sunday, Mother's Day. Hey, 5:30 Central Standard Time, baby. Should be a live stream. I'll be talking to you pretty soon. Have a good one now, yeah?